Breaking news tonight on Nightcast. Vigils and protests across the country and thousands gather here at home. All part of the response to the deadly shooting of a Minneapolis woman by ICE.
This officer used his training in this situation, and we'll let the FBI continue the investigation to get it resolved.
Federal officials defending the use of force tonight as outrage grows. Her story igniting a community's fight for justice. Nightcast starts right now.
I'm Kevin Dorn.
And I'm Lindsey Brown. Right now, breaking news developing tonight in the deadly shooting of a woman by ICE in Minneapolis. We have new video of protests and vigils across the state and audio of the first calls for an ambulance.
In the last hour, Minneapolis Public Schools announced classes are canceled district-wide for the rest of the week because of today's events. We've got team coverage as new details are emerging.
Ben Henry is at a protest and memorial. Callan Gray took her questions about the shooting to the Homeland Security Secretary.
But first, let's get you ready for the morning. Here's meteorologist Chris Reese with your forecast first.
We're going to watch fog redevelop as we go through the nighttime hours. Overnight lows should be right around 30, so prepare for that as you head out the door. Visibility in some cases could be down around a quarter to a tenth of a mile, but that's going to be patchy in spots. As we go throughout the day, temperatures will continue to warm up into the mid-30s, but by the evening commute, the potential for rain and snow does join the picture. Coming up in my extended forecast, we'll break down what to expect with that rain and snow, plus the other snow chance that I am tracking for the weekend. Lindsey, Kevin.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Now back to that breaking news. We have been working all evening to learn more about that ICE shooting in South Minneapolis and the woman who was killed.
Just in tonight, a first look at 37-year-old Renee Good posted in a GoFundMe page shared by City Council member Jason Chavez. That deadly encounter played out near 34th and Portland just before 10 o'clock this morning.
Now, protests are planned all across the country, and new video into the newsroom shows rallies already happening tonight from Duluth to Rochester. In the Twin Cities, demonstrators took to the streets this evening protesting the federal government's presence here. Some clashed with federal agents, officers spraying chemical irritants back at them.
At one scene, new video shows a protester burning this American flag. And we're hearing for the first time calls to first responders. Take a listen.
Dispatch from Rescue 1. Rescue 1's doing CPR. 34th and Portland. Update on location of the ambulance.
Receive CPR in progress, 34th in Portland.
Now a live look at that scene on 34th in Portland, where you can see people leaving behind flowers and candles at this memorial to remember Renee Good. And tonight we have team coverage.
First, Callan Gray, who spoke with Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem about what happened. Callan?
Secretary Noem says today's shooting happened as officers were on their way back to headquarters for a new operation after completing one. She tells us it will be up to the FBI whether to release body camera footage. Footage captured by witnesses shows a driver waving as an SUV drives past before others pull up and officers approach the driver's side window. The driver backing up before pulling forward. An officer heard firing 3 shots.
She attempted to run a law enforcement officer over.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying the officer fired, quote, defensive shots, that he was injured by the vehicle.
Can you clarify whether he was hit before or after the gunshots were fired?
I can't, but the FBI will continue the investigation and release more facts when it's appropriate.
Noem saying the driver weaponized her vehicle.
Deadly force is perfectly lawful when a threat is faced by a weapon. This officer used his training in this situation, and we'll let the FBI continue the investigation to get it resolved.
So just to be clear, did the shooting happen before or after the vehicle hit the officer?
I know you keep asking that, but that doesn't mean that the FBI is going to give you an answer today.
Noem says the officer who fired Wednesday's deadly shots was dragged by a vehicle and injured during an enforcement operation in June, without giving details. A June press release detailing an officer dragged 50 yards. Noem says there's a growing trend.
Given the threat of vehicle encounters, are you going to change the way ICE agents?
You know, people need to stop using their vehicles as weapons.
Are you going to change the
This
training for
domestic
officers
act
to
of
help
terrorism
them
to
face
use
this?
your vehicle to try to kill law enforcement officers is going to stop. And I'm asking the Department of Justice to prosecute it as domestic terrorism.
Minneapolis police say the driver killed today was not armed. Governor Walz calling the ICE operations dangerous and sensationalized, saying there was someone dead, quote, for no reason whatsoever. He is also preparing the National Guard.
What is your threshold for activating the National Guard? You're talking about large-scale demonstrations, but the demonstrations at these ICE raids have been increasing in tension to the point where we saw a woman shot and killed today.
Apparently by a federal agent, not by Minnesotans who were there to express their First Amendment rights. It's just as these situations develop, we decide when we need to move these people out.
Right now, we're told soldiers who could be deployed are being contacted and equipment checked in preparation. Lindsay.
All right, Callan, and a day of anger for some has become an evening of sadness in Minneapolis, as all of these people have come together to remember Renee Good.
There's a shot from Chopper 5 tonight. There were more people at the scene this evening than there were earlier today, protesting ICE enforcement efforts. Ben Henry's live in South Minneapolis right now to tell us what's happening. Ben?
Kevin and Lindsay, parts of Portland Avenue still blocked off tonight by protesters. We're at 34th in Portland. Still, I'd say a couple hundred at least here still protesting, even starting a campfire. So they're starting to get comfortable. And then just feet away, we saw just moments ago a memorial growing for Renee Good. Protesters and mourners making it clear they're here to honor her, but also demand that ICE get out of town.
Say it once, say it twice. We will not put up with ICE.
From the loudest of chants to the quietest of moments, thousands showed up in Minneapolis for a rally and vigil for a woman most of them didn't know. Did you know Renee?
I did not know Renee, no. But that doesn't matter, right? I had to still be here because people did know Renee. And they loved her, and she's important, and she's gone.
Renee Good was shot and killed by a federal agent Wednesday morning. The Department of Homeland Security says it was an act of self-defense. Some city and state leaders say otherwise. It sparked outrage in the community people say Good was trying to protect.
Renee Good did not deserve to get killed today in cold blood. Right. I want to extend my deepest condolences and my heart to the family of Renee Good.
Now, the thousands here say their work is just beginning as they continue to protest the federal law enforcement's operation.
Renee took a bullet and died because she loved her neighbors. And the question that she left for all of us is, what are we going to do? 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 That is the question she left for us.
Though the thousands have left, hundreds remain. Again, part of Portland Avenue and 34th still blocked off to traffic. Typically, this is a busy road here. Campfire has started, chanting still going on, and then just feet away, that memorial continues to grow. More protests are planned for this week, including one for tomorrow morning and another one set already for Saturday that will likely be well attended. It was discussed multiple times tonight. Live in Minneapolis, Ben Henry, 5 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Ben. And news since 6 o'clock. Sister station KMBC in Kansas City reports Renee Good used to live in that area and has relatives nearby. Joan Rose lives across the street from the home Good rented.
A neighbor who, is not a terrorist, not an extremist. That was just a mom who loved her kids, loved her spouse.
And Rose regrets not saying how much she valued having her family next door. So, what is next here? The FBI and Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are investigating the shooting. Governor Walz says the state will ensure it is full, fair, and transparent. And of course, trust us to monitor the very latest on this breaking story. Get the latest updates straight to your phone on our KSTP app and watch our latest coverage tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 here on 5 Eyewitness News.
And now let's go to the nation's capital tonight, live, where President Trump is proposing to Congress a $1.5 trillion military budget for 2027. He's calling it a response to troubled and dangerous times. The president announced the plan just days after ordering U.S. forces to capture Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, with troops still gathering in the Caribbean Sea. The current military budget stands at $901 billion. The president has also floated taking over Greenland and possible operations in Colombia. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Cuba is in trouble.
We've got an update on explosive revelations rocking Minnesota's Department of Human Services.
Straight ahead tonight, new developments in a story that we first brought you last night. A scandal brewing as staff falsifies documents in a $425 million grant program.
Plus, the daycare from that viral video from Nick Shirley closes unexpectedly. Tonight, what state records reveal and why state lawmakers raising red flags.
I'm tracking 2 areas of low pressure set to impact our weather as we go through the next couple of days. Coming up, we'll break down our next weather maker and what it means for your commutes.